So the biggest actor in the world is back to climb the biggest building in the world and to fight some terrorists. Sort of. That's actually what I'm going to talk about now. The opening scene of the movie was really, really shocking. Like, what happened was just like, whoa, what the hell? So it started off really good. It started off strong, introduced the character, his wife, all in less than 3 minutes, and that's pretty good for an action movie where it just gets right to it without taking 20 minutes to introduce characters. Skyscraper is a Die Hard style kind of film where there's hostages and a guy has to take on the terrorists to save the hostages. But in this one, Dwayne Johnson does more of the actual trying to get into the building and climbing and doing all that bunch of stuff, while everyone around him is like dealing with the terrorists. So that was kind of the downside of the movie, that Dwayne Johnson didn't really punch, fight, or do much except climb, and then climb down to do a bunch of crap. And that was kind of like really not good for me. Dwayne Johnson's really good at acting. He really liked to show his dramatic side, and I was totally okay with that. I like him showing that he's more than just muscle. But in this one, I was kind of expecting him to fight more of the terrorists than he actually did. Like, he fought them maybe 3 scenes, and the rest was, like I said, him just climbing. And I really didn't enjoy that part, because when I see a Dwayne Johnson movie, I expect him to be fighting, being a hero. He was a hero, but he didn't do much fighting. And to be honest, that's not what the movie wasn't what I wanted it to be. It was kind of just something else, a new take of what Dwayne Johnson usually does, which is throw punches. And I kind of missed that, to be honest. So the bad guy in this movie kind of sucked too. He was kind of... His motive was really weak, really not well written. I felt like it could have been something completely different and better. And when he was there, he was a bit cool, I guess, because he was a soldier, but he wasn't very threatening by the end. He was kind of just like killing people because he's the bad guy, and that's pretty much it. And like, I don't know if you guys saw my Equalizer 2 review, but the bad guy from that movie wasn't cool, and neither was he in this one. So it kind of reminded me of like 2 movies that I watched almost back to back, where the bad guy was kind of just there and not really much of an influence to the story except for causing problems that the main character had to solve. What kind of annoyed me a little bit was that the characters around Dwayne Johnson had more action scenes, more fighting, more gunfights, and Dwayne Johnson just did the full-blown climbing. And I was okay with him doing the climbing when he was jumping the crane and all that, but towards the second half of the movie, I was just like, okay, man, like, we get it, you climbed up, can you just fight a couple of bad guys, nothing too big? But he didn't end up doing that. He just kept climbing, and I get the movie's called Skyscraper, but I was hoping the movie would take place in the skyscraper, him doing stuff rather than just having, again, to climb and climb. Sorry I keep saying climb, but it really is what most he really just did that. In the end, I was kind of disappointed by the movie. It didn't have the action that I thought it would have. It was intense at times, yes, but it wasn't really the enjoyable movie that I thought it would be. I don't think it's actually worth the ticket price. Like, if I could have waited a while to watch it on Netflix or rent it, if that was still possible, Blockbuster was open, I would have. But to have actually gone and paid for it, I really don't think it was necessary. So just ignore this one, and if it's on Netflix, watch it. If not, don't. Nothing big you'll regret. See you around.